It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders under the lights on Monday night.
Commanders Field holds a little more than 80,000, and they have come out in droves here in Landover, Maryland. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Commanders Field. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Leading them out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Throwing right away is Daniels. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Daniels. Open man is Noah Brown. 7 yards there and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. In motion right, Debo. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. Now it's Daniels. He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Debo Samuel, 50 yards. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's Debo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Goff now to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And, Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Now 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Daniels. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To the air goes Daniels. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. And returns it right back to Samuel. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Jack Campbell running him down behind the line.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They'll run again here with Robinson. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. This defense tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
Here's Gall. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Gibbs straight ahead. Down to about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
In motion goes Patrick. Now gone. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
This to Laporta, right side. And the Lions are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Out of the gun, Goff. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
He'll find Williams on the slant. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On fourth down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Bates' kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, and now it's back to a 10-3 game.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Washington offense set to take over again. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Daniels looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Daniels. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big pickup of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Looking to throw. Daniels. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Robinson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Alex Anzalone. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. He connected on his first, this from 41. Gay's kick is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one on target, and it adds to this 1st half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Detroit getting set to go now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Goff now looking to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best.
Exactly.
Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 14, 1st down Commanders. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Off the RPO, he completes it. Just a gain of a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 8. They go play action. Daniels. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to throw again. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Commanders are able to widen their advantage. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
You throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. .13 yards remaining on second down. Gone. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. 3rd and 4. Off play action. Here's Goff. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. A solid stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing now is Daniels. On the screen, this is Eckler. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Here's Daniels. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Second down and a little more than a yard here. To the air goes Daniels. Got a man. It's Brown. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
The Commanders got a strong first half out of their quarterback, Jaden Daniels. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
The second half starts with a run by Gibbs. Takes it to about the 37. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And motion left goes a tight end. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Gets past one man. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. To throw is Daniels. A throw left sideline, falls incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Give to Robinson on the option. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here is 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Marcus Davenport, the 1st rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
Now we'll pause here for an injury, and it's Deebo Samuel. He's the man in question right now who will need some attention. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Off the option, here's Robinson.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Daniels looking to throw.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle, because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
On the bootleg, it's Daniels. That is caught. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Zach Ertz from 8 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Gay is on for the point after. And that stretches the lead to 27. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it ends with a Zach Ertz touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Lions offense ready to
way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Williams, a man in motion right. Back to throw. Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Back now at Commanders Field.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Goff.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Hand off now to Gibbs.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Here's Goff.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And Jahmyr Gibbs finished it all off with a touchdown grab.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Samuel in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Daniels.
His throw incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Daniels.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Washington.
Noah Brown, a 12-yard touchdown grab, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set them back on second.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Goff now looking to throw.
That's to the tight end, Laporta.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 30-yard line. To the air again. Goff.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
In motion left comes Williams. Play action. It's Goff.
That's complete to Laporta.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
This 2nd and 4.
The tight end in motion right. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. And the Washington offense going back to work. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To the air goes Daniels.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Goff now looks to throw.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
So a victory here for the Commanders.
And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting, but obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate, because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital.